Takes Rumberg, DFW Penguin Basketball, Penguinhoops.com. Guys, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, man. Hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you're aware of all of my videos. And today I want to talk about a quick topic that I just ran across talking to one of my buddies, and I wanted to cover this. One of my coaching buddies, and I wanted to cover this. And yeah, today we're going to talk about why you are having trouble or having issues with other coaches, whether it be coaches in your own organization or opposing coaches. When you're coaching, naturally a lot of coaches are competitive, right? Just as players are. And if you're assistant coach, head coach, or just one of the coaches in the program, or you're the head coach for one team, and you have a good team, and you playing against good competition, and you find yourself always getting into verbal altercations, or someone that you worked with on your staff, or someone in your basketball club with youth sports seems like they're being extremely competitive with you for no reason, or trying to make things hard for you. There's a bunch of different reasons why that would happen. I've been through a lot as a coach, from me being a 23-year-old assistant coach at a collegiate level to me starting off being very young and having to figure stuff out, starting my own club organization and dealing with guys that are a little bit older than me, or guys that are competing with me, and I'm not even noticing it because I don't think of it that way until I got a little bit older and I understood what was going on. So I want to give you guys 5 different reasons as to why this is happening to you. Now, this could go for, like I said, you could be a high school coach. At a high school, you could be a youth basketball coach for a big basketball or sports organization. Or this could be, dealing with someone that is in your organization or someone that you frequently are opposing against. And I want to tell you 5 reasons why. Okay, this coach is either jealous or they're giving you a hard time, right? So, the number one thing, you got to remember that no one really, honestly, no one really gives a loser a hard time. No one really gives a person that's bad at something a hard time. So you have to realize that if a person is doing this stuff to you, it's because they feel like that you're good at it. And a lot of times it's because they think that you're better than them at what they're doing. Listen, I've had, like I said, when I started off when I was younger, I just used to think that a lot of coaches would give me a hard time because it was just competitive spirit. But a lot of times when it goes beyond that to where they start to try to get personal and say personal things, or it seems like they're trying to find and nitpick things with you in certain games where you're blowing them out, they're blowing you out, and they're saying things out of line, or you're dealing with a coach that's on your staff and they always have something negative to say, or they're trying to downplay everything that you talk about. Man, a lot of times they know that you're better than them and they do that. It's kind of hard for a lot of people to face that, especially if it's something that they're really passionate about and they're not as good as you at it. It burns some people to the point where they get upset and they envy you. All right, so that's part of it. That's one thing. Number 2, you're a threat to them, whether you're a threat to their job in the organization because other people see that you're doing a great job, or you're a little bit younger than them, or you're a little bit more skilled and knowledgeable than them, or you're a threat for them to win the championship in their league when you're going against them, or it could be a coach on your staff that's trying to get a promotion and he or she feels like you're a threat for their promotion as a coach to move up in the ranks. They'll do that. They'll try to cut you down, give you a hard time, say things negative to you to discourage you, but you have to push through that and know what's going on and see what's going on. The big thing is you got to kind of feel it out and see where the person is. And a lot of times it just takes time of you knowing stuff and being around different people in different situations. All right, number 3. One thing I deal with a lot personally, I don't have like some big time, some super big time program, but at the same time, a lot of my peers they hear about what you're doing, all the positive things you're doing. And a lot of people, when you're doing something great or you're good at something, the word gets around. And someone that is a little bit jealous of you, or they're not, or they're one of those other two things we talked about where they feel like you're a threat, or you're better than them at what they're trying to do or what they're doing in their sport, it bothers them. And when they hear people, like, everywhere they go, they know that that person knows you, or someone's talking about you, or someone's wearing a shirt from your organization, or someone's reposting a video you did, or anything on social media, you know, people that don't like you already or a little bit jealous of you, that bothers them even more. You'll be surprised at how much people talk. And, you know, if someone doesn't take a liking to you, and they constantly hear from other people all the good things that you're doing, it upsets them. All right. Number 4, a lot of coaches, they get upset a lot of times because they don't have the resources, or they don't have the resources that you have available to them. So, for example, let's say you're a college coach and you're an assistant coach, you're a bottom coach, and you have all these connections with people and relationships with people that they'll never be able to get because they're not from where you're from, or they're not as charismatic as you, they can't put it together. Or let's say if you know certain people that can help you make things easier for yourself, or just having different connections, or you just have resources that they can never get because of your relationships or where you're from or your background, that bothers them as well. And you'll see a lot of jealousy and envy from coaches, whether it be coaches in your club, staff, or whether it be opposing coaches, man. That jealousy stuff is real between coaches in the coaching world. So that's another reason why. And number 5 is a big one that, I want to be realistic with you guys. Sometimes, you got to be realistic with yourself and notice that number 5, you putting it on yourself. Some coaches, you don't realize that you're being an asshole, or you're being over the top, or, just by you not knowing the first 4, you're adding fuel to the fire by doing other things or rubbing it in their face, and they think you're rubbing it in their face, but you're not. So kind of knowing what's going on and knowing what type of people you're dealing with can change, make or break what you have going on. So, what you don't want to do, you don't want to draw that extra attention to yourself. And sometimes, I'll be honest with you guys, some people are just going to be jealous and envious of you, period. They might just be jealous of your height or your looks, or other people, certain people like you or certain things, but what you don't want to do is bring it upon yourself if you don't have to, by, just being an asshole, cursing guys out, or just giving people a hard time as a coach, or not doing things correctly or doing things the right way. Don't be that number 5. All right, so we go over them again. Number 1, you're just better than them. That's the reason why they're jealous. Number 2, you're a threat to their job or occupation or them winning. Number 3, others like you and talk about you a lot, and it bothers them. Number 4, you have resources they can never get. And number 5, you bring it upon yourself. All right, guys, I know a lot of you guys, share this with a coach, a youth basketball coach that's going through this stuff, because I see it a lot. I see a lot of coaches. The reason why I made this video, I see a lot of coaches arguing with each other on the sidelines. It's a 2nd grade basketball game. What are you arguing about? This is 7th grade C-League basketball game. Well, this is a tournament basketball game. You're up by 40. Why are you arguing with the opposing coach or someone in the stands or the assistant coach? This stuff is crazy. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you got something from this. Leave a comment, man. Give me a suggestion on what you want me to talk about next. And I'll see you guys later.